Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of this week's episode of The Strain on FX, which was season 7, or not season 7, excuse me, got Game of Thrones on the mind, but season 4, episode 5, which is called Belly of the Beast. And I apologize for the lateness, but I had to work Sunday night, watched Game of Thrones as soon as I could, then got to this one when I could. Still got to catch my girlfriend up on this, but you guys know my feelings about how this season of the show has been progressing if you've watched my previous reviews over the past few weeks. It hasn't been bad. I still always like the strain. I enjoy the characters and everything like that. But I have just felt like the season has been, fairly lukewarm, a little bit underwhelming, and I'll admit disappointing in some areas for a final season. Um, I feel like a broken record, talking about this every week, but I'll just briefly say I wish they would have structured it a little bit differently. I wish they would have, showed us those 9 months that they skipped over for like the first few episodes, show the humans fighting back but then losing, and then maybe for the last few have it be in this society that we're seeing now. I think that would have been interesting and build to whatever they're building to. Um, so it feels like they stretched it out, sort of taking an easier way to go about it, I guess. But this episode, I will say, I actually enjoyed quite a bit. I think it's probably the best episode we've gotten of the season so far. Like I said, I liked it quite a bit. Um, we could start off from pretty much anywhere here, but why don't we touch base with Eph and Alex? I'm liking their bond. I think they have some good back and forths. I'm glad they didn't just hook up in this episode because we've seen F, do that quite a few times. Um, Nor I wanted to say it was like a random hookup, but from when he was masquerading, going after, when he first shaved his head in season 2, and then he meets his, friend, played by Tom Ellis and everything, and hooks up the woman there, and then Dutch sort of felt like that in season 3 as well. So I'm glad they didn't just, he even says he's trying to be different. Um, but I do like some of their conversations, and I think the actress playing Alex is doing fairly well. Um, I want to hear more between them though, because F was starting to talk about, she was bringing up how whatever your life was, it has to be better than this, and sort of like pauses. He's probably gonna go into what he kind of did with his marriage and everything like that. But yeah, I think that'd be an interesting conversation between the two. But I do think there is some interest there, but just give it a couple more episodes, I guess. If Alex survives that long, we'll see, but I don't think so. But who knows? Well, of course, they're still trying to figure out exactly what's going on with New Horizon and the whole partnership scheme, really. And, I skimmed over some reviews of this week's episode, and they said it was pretty much a waste of time because when they come across this whole setup here, it's pretty much, humans being used as blood cattle, essentially. And yeah, it's something we all could have figured, really. They pretty much already knew that. I've seen the blood trucks, everything like that. So, in a way, I guess you could say it's a waste of time, maybe, but to me, when they showed their whole setup there, it really reminded me a lot of like a concentration camp, that we've seen in the flashbacks, with Setrakian earlier on and everything. So, in a way, I thought it was, sort of a good, no, not good, but sort of a, interesting parallel to make, or to show, just to illustrate what this world's become now under Strigoi control. And it's, again, not surprising that it's become this. We could have figured it'd be like this, but I don't know, I still like the visual of it. I guess it just kind of, like I said, illustrates it, emphasizes it. So I don't think it's a complete waste of time. They probably should have killed that woman that was leading him to it right away. I probably should have thought that. He probably did, but he went with what Alex wanted. So yeah, that probably didn't need to happen as well. But I still thought it was good to have F and the Master talk again. Now the Master knows where F is. F is back to working against him. Like F says, he's back. So I think that's meant to bring more excitement, more tension, and into the story leading into its final 5 episodes here, because we got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just 5 more left of the entire series, and it's starting to pick up. I'm getting into it, and I've always had faith they're going to have a really great final episode, and I still think they will. And then we had, of course, Fet and Quinlan going after the convoy to try and get a hold of what they need for the missile, and I thought that was a fairly fun, and entertaining sequence. Quinlan is still wounded. He's not moving quite as well as he usually does, so he's a little bit more vulnerable. We see those, I think they're calling like mongrels or Mongols or something like that, just the Strigoi that are sort of like walking around on all fours, and they appear to be pretty skilled, I guess. One of them was able to give a wounded Quinlan a bit of an issue, going back and forth with each other. I thought that was a pretty decent fight sequence on board the truck. And I like Quinlan still pretty much, stuffed the whole truck on his own, so I thought that was actually a pretty fun sequence. And it appears that Quinlan and Fet are getting along a little bit more. Quinlan sort of smirked after one of Fet's little, sarcastic jabs. So, I like the two of them. They're the perfect, contrast as far as characters go. But I think they're actually meshing pretty well. And then we'll talk about Dutch and Setrakian, of course, in a second here. But also, I actually really liked what we've seen of the Quinlan flashbacks this week. I wasn't expecting more Quinlan flashbacks this season, but it makes sense. And again, reviews are calling this another waste of time, but I actually thought there's some value in these flashback scenes, and I think we're going to be getting more of them in the next episode or two anyway, maybe even leading to the final episode with whatever happens with Quinlan in the end. We basically just see another layer, or the start to another layer of Quinlan and the Master's history together, which I think is pretty interesting, even though we know Quinlan didn't really have a chance to directly confront him until present day. At least to a big extent. But we see Hannah New, she's playing this love interest of Quinlan's who is trying to seek, out someone like him, an immortal, to help her brother who is looking into all this. Hannah New, if you guys don't know, she had a very big role on a show called Black Sails on STARZ, which just finished its series run, not too long ago. Really good show, by the way. Check out Black Sails. So it was a nice surprise seeing her on here, and I sort of like seeing another layer to Quinlan. We've seen him allude to a love he's had in the past. I think this might be it here, and at the end we see the Master, back in the giant, form, sort of there for some reason. So I imagine the Master probably slaughtered these people, and that's another thing that Quinlan can hold against him, perhaps. And then, Rupert Penry-Jones, he probably looked even more creepy when she put all the makeup on him. He just seemed like those piercing blue eyes. But he looked cool, but creepy as hell, man. So I thought that was pretty good, actually. I actually really bought into it. I thought that was pretty touching stuff for Quinlan. We're probably going to see more of that next week. And then Dutch, we see her, taken, pretty much being led to the slaughter there to be drained. Eichorst just wants to get rid of her. And apparently Eichorst nor the Master didn't know that Setrakian was being held, which is still something I find a little bit hard to believe, because some of the Strigoi were the ones carrying Setrakian into the building, from what I remember, I think. So it seems like the Master would have noticed. I know maybe he doesn't have the time to, look at every little, facility of his that's out there now, but I still think they would have been aware of it by now instead of finding out, from some, paperwork and everything. Well, it was good to finally see Setrakian, after, like almost halfway through the season. I'm glad he wasn't killed here. I didn't think he would be. But it was good to see, him and Eichorst having another little squabble, or, confrontation. And Eichorst literally got roasted here. Dutch breaks out, she makes like a homemade, Molotov, which I thought was pretty cool. I like Dutch quite a bit. People hate her for some reason, or they seem to. I think she's a pretty good character. And it was good to see Setrakian freed. Eichorst, he's definitely taken a lot of damage. And Dutch sort of asked him prior, why he still dresses as he does, when they're pretty much in control now. Why would he have to? He's a different type. He has free will, so he chooses it. People have been wondering if Eichorst is going to turn on the Master or something. Excuse me, I don't think so. But it kind of makes you think, maybe his jealousy of what he's doing with Zach will actually overtake him. I don't know, because of his will. I'm not sure. But either way, I think with his burns now, because of the Molotov, Eichorst isn't dead, but I think he might kind of shred, his whole makeup and, set up with that. Then maybe either show up completely, really burned, but in his, real Strigoi form, or, something along those lines. So I think that could be pretty cool later. I'm kind of worried about Setrakian making it out of the series. I don't think he will, unfortunately, but I really hope he's able to kill Eichorst, before anything else, at least. I'm really excited to whatever's going to happen with that, though. Also glad that Dutch is finally out of that facility. But yeah, so overall, I thought this was actually a really good episode. I think the best of the season so far, and it's I think starting to put this season on the right track. But yeah, so let me know what you guys thought about this episode of The Strain. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Again, sorry that I have the lights off, but I don't always feel like turning on the lights. It's 3 a.m. right now. But yeah, I should have a Strain poster coming in the mail in the next week or so. I'll go next to my 100 one right over there, so that'll be in the background for the final season, which should be cool. But yeah, catch you guys later. Peace.